I think that the issue of ghost workers is a very serious issue.
Yeah.
And it needs much more better analysis than the politicization, politics that you have seen that my brother Olekina has talked about. Because, you know, there are a number of, or rather categories of ghost workers that we start seeing in our counties that we must first of all understand. Because there are people who are ghost workers because they are in county payrolls, but they don't work in the county. But there are also people who are ghost workers without their knowledge that they are ghost workers in the county. They're just names that are put in the county payroll systems that they innocently don't know that they exist. And of course, a few instances of also ghost workers that come from deaths in the last 10 years. People who used to work genuinely in the county, but then they have since passed on, but they have continued being on our payrolls. So the biggest question that we must ask ourselves, and I'm glad that that governor is here, and he also did serve as a senator, right. in both, I think both the first and the second yes. Government. I think that the biggest question we need to ask is that who actually profits from ghost workers? Because if you get to know who profits from it, then you can be able to have a long-lasting solution. Because otherwise you can have a situation whereby a governor comes in with this good narrative of, I want to clean the ghost workers, but actually it is in a sense a tool to bring their own ghost workers. That's a potential. If indeed the previous government did invest in having some people on the payroll. And I think that if you can be able to do that analysis, a long-lasting solution for me would be for new governors like Governor Matangi. One thing that they can be able to do is be able to segregate the authorities and duties that we have in the county. Okay. Because that is not currently well segregated. And then the second thing that I think that would be very, very important is the governors to be able to allow for proper reviews of our payroll. Our payroll systems are not reviewed properly. And sometimes we leave it at the governor's level, which then, in some instances, the governors can be seen as targeting a certain people. Or, for instance, for the case of Migori, yeah. I've seen this issue that when Governor Ochilo is trying to do head count physically, which is not the most efficient way, some people start thinking that he's targeting the people from the previous regime. I think it is important that the payroll reviews have got a hand of people like even as senators being invited to do that review. And lastly, Trevor, I think that it is very important, and this is very rare in public governance practice, to have informed management at different levels of different departments. Because sometimes employment in our counties tend to be flowing from one individual who tends to be the governor, yeah. and maybe stops at the public service board of the county. Okay. So if we can have these three areas looked at with a lot of genuine methods that governors also seek input from people like senators, the Auditor General, yeah. and even the control of budget, then we can be able to have a more long-lasting solution.